we are going over formatting. So, and this is going to be part of your guys' is I'm going to add this into your homework. So, where's it? Here it is. So far, we have done if price is, give me a price, someone.
$15.
Give me cents.
15.20.
15.20. Tax is, someone give me a tax percentage.
3%.
You've already talked.
Oh.
10 what?
10.5.
10.5. Which in reality would be 0.105. Does that make sense? Why tax is?
It'd be point.
No? Oh, you guys are right. Good catch. I was wondering if any of you were going to get that. So, that's 10.5%. Do you guys all understand how tax works? So if tax is 10% and I'm paying $1 for something, I pay, so total is I pay for the price of the item, obviously $15.20. Hang on. So let's just say the item is $10. I pay for $10, and I need to add whatever my percentage is. So we'll say 8% because that's what it currently is in this area. 8% times the price of my item. So it's $10 plus 8% of 10, which is 80 cents. Nope, just 1080.
Yeah, that's what I said.
10,080 cents.
$10.80.
Oh, I heard 10,080 cents.
I was like, jeez.
It's like 10,000. Well, maybe if you're in pennies, but no. But yeah, $10.80. Yeah.
Should we be doing this in the show?
Not this right now, but you will in just a sec. I just wanted to explain prices and tax and all that. So you guys understand that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now keep following along. So start typing this. So I'm going to start. So price is $15.20 and tax is 10.5%. So total is going to be price plus price times tax, which gives us that amount of dollars. Oh, that's too neat of a no.
Why are we running this in the show?
That's fine. Oh, is that a question? Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I said why.
Why? Because this is just.
We're running all this price equals 15.20 tax. All that down.
Just this.
Oh.
Because I'm just trying to get a decimal that when we're dealing with money. Okay? You can also do just, you can also, for taxes, 8% tax on something is the same as 108% of the price. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Cool.
I like when we plus enter, like it said like tax isn't defined.
Yeah, did you define tax?
Oh, not up. Oh, well, that was because I didn't write it down yet.
Yeah.
So I should write tax as 0.08.
Whatever you want. Because we're just trying to get a decimal number because we don't deal with 10,000, we don't deal with hundredths of a penny. Right? So if 84 cents would be 1684 is what we would pay, not 1684.02. Right? This is the tenth of a penny. This is a hundredth of a penny. Everyone tracking with me? So one way you can write, you can do sales tax is you can do 1 plus tax times price. Does that make sense?
Wait, why would you do that?
So what is 1 times price? 1524, it's the same thing. Right? Does that make sense? 0.08 times price is 8% of 1524 is that right there. So if due to math, oh, hang on, how does this work? Oh yeah, due to math, I just really like writing on this whiteboard. So if I had, hang on, what did I have in code? Oh yeah. So if I have 1 times price plus 0.08 times price, I can take out price of these two, and I can go price
Oh, I see.
1 plus 0.08, and these two equal the same thing. So this is 1.08 times price, and that'll give me my total amount.
Oh, okay. Because it's equaling 1 of the price and then plus 8%. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand now. Thank you.
Yep. If that doesn't make sense, you can always do it this way too. I don't really care. It comes out the same way.
So we can do like the equivalent to price. Like we do in our head and just like add the.
You can't-
percentage.
You have to do it in code.
Oh,
You have to actually code it. Yeah, you can do it in your head, and that's every time you buy anything ever, and you want to calculate the tax, is you do that in your head.
no,
But what?
No, I said
Yeah. But to code it out, you have to do it one of these two ways. So anyway, the reason I'm doing all of this is because this number here, we don't work with. So if I'm going to display you owe this amount of money, well, what am I going to do with 2/200ths of a penny?
Round it.
But how do I round it? Because if I use the round function, 16.8402, uh-oh. Well, I can't do round. What if I round? Is there a round down? I don't know.
I think there's.
Well, you can import math, and math.floor of 16.8402 gives you 16.
But you want to round to the.
I still need that. I still need the 84 cents. So what we're going to do is we're going to it's called format. So I want you guys to do this. So format, a set of parentheses, and then format needs two things. It needs what is being formatted and how do you want it formatted. So the first thing, we want total to be formatted. Is everyone tracking with me?
Yeah.
Then how we determine how it's formatted needs to be displayed by a string or conveyed by a string. So we're going to do two quotation marks, and you're going to go. We want 2 decimal places, so we're going to go decimal 2, and this is going to be a float, so we put an F, and that's it. Now I want you guys to notice 2 things. So it formats it to 2 decimal places, and it makes it a string. You do not want to do this while you're doing math. When do you round in math or science?
When is your final answer?
When it's your final answer. You should only format when you're displaying the information. So in your code, when you're calculating taxes, don't format it until you're ready to display it. Does that make sense? So typically you'll see print you owe, and then that, and then this, and then we could even do a plus, and then you can go format total dot 2f dot.
Wait, and what does the point to that?
The point 2f makes it 2 decimal places. If you change the 2 to a 3, it does 3. You change this to 23. If you change it to a 1, you get 1. So this right here, this 2f dot 2f is basically all we're going to use in this class. There are other ones, and you can make it scientific notation, which we never use. So there's that. Are there any questions so far on format? So again, format needs what is being formatted and how you're going to format it. You could even 16.875 times 50.874. Just as long as whatever's in here breaks down or evaluates into an integer. Does that make sense? So I could have random.randint from 1 to 100 minus random.randint from 1 to 100. It would help if I could spell. So this basic, we're going to learn how to do this shortly, but this is give me a random number from 1 to 100 and subtract another random number from 1 to 100. I don't know what it is, but apparently it had a difference of 9. So as long as whatever's here in that first section before the comma evaluates to an integer or even a float, you're okay. Does that make sense? Are there any questions on that? Now, what happens if our price, where do we do price? Instead of being 1524 is that. I don't even know what number that is. I'm not even going to look and try to figure it out. That is what you owe. Actually, let's do this. Haha. Okay, that's really annoying. That's what you owe, Cole, for your new boat mansion combo in LA. I don't know how much that is.
In taxes?
No, that's just in total.
Oh,
Still, that's a lot of money. So if I want to display this, I could do this and just do total. But that's still like, hang on, so that's one, there's a comma there. Is that like 1.6 billion or is that 160 million? That's, I don't,
so what's this one?
what?
1.6 billion.
1.6 billion. But I don't want to have to figure that out, right? I don't want the user to accidentally do something wrong and say, I owe $16 billion? No, it's 1.6, that's cool, right? I don't want them to think that. So what you do is you throw a comma in front of there, and what do you think it does? It put commas where it needs to go, where they need to go. So you don't have to figure that out.
Wow.
So this right here is probably the most used thing we do with format. Comma dot 2f. Now I will, in quizzes and potentially tests, I will ask which of the following format specifiers will result in a float with 2 decimal numbers. That would be this one. If I said a float with 2 decimal numbers and commas put where necessary, the answer is this one. Is everyone tracking with me?
Yeah.
Are there any questions on how format works? Yes, no, maybe so.
Possibly, I'll ask if I find any.
Okay, so in the homework today, you do need to use format. And it will be because you're dealing with temperatures. So you're going to have to go from Celsius to Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit to Celsius. And that's another one is grade and another one is weird numbers.
Kelvin?
Celsius and Fahrenheit.
Oh,
Yeah, so it should be pretty easy. But that'll be like print the temp is and then you just go .2f. Can you put a comma there? Sure can. And it's only going to be you'll only see the comma if you need to. With this, I doubt we're going to have thousands of degrees of temperatures, but you could. It's probably a better idea for you to put it there and not need it than need it and not have it. But I'm not going to mark you off if you don't have the comma. But I will mark you off if you don't have that correct. So, oh, I should probably get rid of that. Do you guys have questions? Comments? Concerns? Yes. Mm-hmm. Someone moved the trash can. Asher, Will, you guys good? Okay, I see Will's hand. Asher, are you good? Okay. Alright, so I'm going to stop that video.